This lets you control your buyer data better. This lets you have upsells. This lets you have downsells. This lets you have easier and better order bumps. In the funnel world, if you're getting 30% conversions, you're killing it. It's literally 10 times the amount. I have this vehicle, I have this thing, this front end funnel that I can go drive traffic to and try to get 30% conversions, and I'm getting all this data. Well, now that I have a list, and now that I have buyer data, and now that I have people who didn't buy, but they're on my list, I now control that traffic. And now in my follow-up emails, I can actually drive people to my e-com store off the back. What's going on, YouTubes? Hey, in this video, I'm gonna share with you one of my favorite ways to sell more e-commerce on the internet using sales funnels. And it's very different than what you would see on something like Amazon. So let's dive in. All right, a number of years ago, I was building funnels for this really big client. They had like this widget. And they came to us and they're like, hey, we want to go sell more of our e-commerce products, more of our physical products. So we went out, we built this sales funnel for them. And after a year of data, after a year of selling, right? They were selling both on Amazon, they were selling, I think, on Etsy, and then they were also selling through this sales funnel. Literally, by the numbers, through the funnel, they were getting 3 times the amount of revenue and money than they were through Amazon and through Etsy. Now, I don't mean in terms of the number of sales. I mean that for every person who was buying their widget, that person was worth 3 times more money than if someone just went and bought off Amazon. Now, here's the reason why. If you think about it, Amazon is obviously amazing. I looked up some stats recently. Do you know that for almost every dollar that is being spent on the internet right now, 50 cents of it is going through Amazon? What? Was like 5 years ago, it was like 25 cents. I mean, the world is using Amazon to buy physical stuff. But when you go buy something from Amazon, there's not really like upsells. I mean, they'll ask you, do you want to add this into your cart? That kind of stuff, but it's not actually a funnel. Amazon is what we would define as a website, not a sales funnel. And so it's important to recognize that when I'm saying go sell stuff physically, I don't mean that you have to go do like an Amazon model. Amazon is amazing just by virtue that the fact that there's so many people using it. It's kind of stupid to not have your product on Amazon, but I also think it's equally as stupid to not also have your own sales funnel. If somebody goes and buys a product from Amazon, the seller doesn't really get that person's contact info. There's like clever ways you can get around to like a little flyer in the package, things like that. And I've seen people and I've had clients do that, but you don't get the customer data. If I have my own sales funnel, the reason why it's so powerful is because I can get the person's email address, I can get their phone number, I can get their shipping address, I get their name, standard stuff, right? And you just can't do that with something like Amazon because they own and control the cart. So that's why it's so powerful to have your own funnel with e-commerce. I'm doing this episode literally because I saw one of you guys in the comments asked how to run e-commerce funnels. So any other question you guys have, let me know down the comments below, because this is your channel as much as it is mine. Let me know like what it is you guys are running into, and I'd love to shoot videos on it. Half of them are me driving, half of them are me drawing. So what happened was with this client that we had, after a year's worth of data, every person that was buying was literally worth 3 times more than if the person was buying through Amazon. That's the big piece. The other piece is that with the funnel, the person got the data. And so now we can remarket to them. We can sell other things to them. So how do you pull this off? E-commerce funnels are really, really fun. There's pros and cons of all funnel types. I don't typically talk a lot about e-commerce. And the only reason why is because of how low the margins typically are. E-commerce is one of those things that like when you nail it, you got a really, really valuable business. But getting there can be challenging because you don't have that much profit. This shirt, for example, technically an e-commerce product. Every time we sell one of these shirts, I think we sell them for like $30. We have $6 profit, $6. Like it's just not that much profit. And it's the same thing that's true with most e-com. And so it's just the margins are really, really tiny. So that's why I don't tend to go after the e-commerce model that hard, just because profit is not created equally and e-commerce does not have that much profit. It's easier for me to go sell 1,000 people $1,000 product and make $1 million like that instead of, whatever $1 million divided by $6 profit is to make $1 million. Like $1 million is not created equally. And certain business models just get you there faster. But e-commerce has its place, obviously. So here's how I like to have e-commerce funnels. The first page of your funnel, you should have at least 2 options for someone to buy from you. And this is different than any other type of industry. We don't really do that in the info space. We don't really do that in the coaching space. We'll have 2, sometimes 3 options, but usually not. No more than 2 options in an info product category. But with e-com, what you're going to do is you're going to have 2 options side by side on your order page. One option, let's say whatever you're selling is, I don't know, 30 bucks, just to keep it simple. You got a $30 thing. Well, right next to it, you should have the option to get 2 for a little bit of a discount. And this is one of the things that makes e-com so unique. Whenever you're selling e-com or supplements, there tends to be a discount based on the volume that you order. Now, we don't always do that, but when we do it, it's pretty much always in the e-com or supplement space. The e-commerce space is interesting though, because we'll be like, do you want 1 of these? Do you want 2 of these? Do you want 3 of these? Do you want 4 of these? Sometimes we'll do a discount based on volume, but sometimes we don't. Then what we'll do is we'll have a little bump. A bump is something that's like a throw-in. We'll have a throw-in for something that's like 17 bucks. It's like, hey, do you also want the PDF guide that comes with for 17 bucks? It's one of those things that you just toss in to just increase your average cart value. Because you got to recognize that in marketing in general, the whole game you're playing is, can I acquire customers at break even or better, right? What is my average order value, my average cart value? And then as long as I can acquire them for cheaper than what I'm talking about, I'm in business. It was a long time ago. It's not technically my client, but I built the funnel. There was a funnel that we built for an episode. You ever seen the TV show The Prophet on CNBC with Marcus Lemonis? I love Marcus. He's a wonderful guy. There was a funnel that we built back for him where it was something called Flex Watches. If you go watch the episode on CNBC on the TV show The Prophet about Flex Watches, we built the funnels for that episode. And the way that we did it is we said, do you want a watch? And then on the next page, this is the super key piece. If you can nail this page in e-commerce funnels, you tend to be able to just nail e-com in general. The first upsell page is super important. And that's true for all low ticket funnels, but especially in e-com because your margins are so tiny. What we did is on page number 2 of e-commerce is we said, would you like another watch or do you want 2 more watches? And people are always like, how can you do that? Why does that even work? They just bought a watch. Why are you pitching it to them again? And e-com and supplements are one of the only spaces that really works in. Hey, you just bought tickets to a concert. Do you want to buy 1 more ticket or 2 more tickets? You could throw it in like that. But if it's like an info product or a course or a program, and that doesn't, do you want to buy the program again? To be like, what? I just freaking bought it. Like, it doesn't make sense. But for some reason in the e-com and supplement space, that's one of the most key pages. And guys, last week, I literally was consulting a lady who sells a supplement, or she's like in skincare. I was consulting on her funnel and I was trying to explain this to her and she's like, that makes no sense. She's like really pushing back on it. She's like, they just bought my skincare thing. Why should I pitch them again? And I got to tell you, after a while, we can dive into the reasons why it works, but we also get to cite the fact that pretty much everybody does this. Anyone who's blown it up in e-com or supplements, that's what they do. We change the reason for them buying it though. Okay. The reason it works is because the reason changes, right? Think about this. On page 1, when somebody's buying your product, you say, do you want this product? But on page 2, we change it and we change the theme to, do you want to buy 1 or 2 for someone that you know? Maybe you want to buy it as a gift. Maybe you got a friend or a family member or someone in your life that you know would also benefit from this. Would you like to buy 1 or 2 more? And by changing that piece on the upsell, by changing the psychology of the pitch, it's actually very easy to get a lot more sales than you would think. If this concept is like, that makes no sense to me. We 100% get that first off. It's kind of a weird rule that we use when building an e-com or a supplement funnel or something like in skincare, something that's physical. Because again, people are like, they just bought it. But at some point you have to accept human psychology and just accept that that's how people sell stuff. A classic example, if you guys want to go see real life funnels that are really, really big and making a lot of money every day doing this very concept, go to a company called ClickBank. Go to clickbank.com/marketplace and then just search whatever your industry is. And what you'll see on there, if you go look and see whatever has the highest gravity score, means that they're selling like crazy. If you just click through any of the skincare products or any of the e-com products that are on ClickBank, and there's other great affiliate marketplaces that you can see like really winning funnels right now. But if you go click through those, you'll see that if you buy that first product and go to the next one, the next page, almost all of them, one of the reasons why they have such a high order value is because the second page says, would you like another one? You just bought the lotion, powder, or cream or whatever. You bought the supplement. Do you want 1 more or do you want 2 more? And it's so funny, you know, and that's kind of what this lady was fighting me on last week. Is she goes, well, that just doesn't sound like, why would I do that? That makes no sense. And she really fought me. I was on stage in front of other people going through her funnel. And she's like, that makes no sense. And I said, look, at some point you need to recognize that the industry is used to selling like this and that there are customers that are used to buying like this. It's kind of like, let's say you go to like a fast food. Let's just use McDonald's as an example. Judge me. I eat their meat pat. I've been on carnivore diet for 7 months now. Carnivore diet's awesome. And in a pinch, I eat burger patties from fast food places. But when you're there, do you want to be size that? There's like, I can't remember what the stat or the piece of data is, but the fact that they ask that, just because they give the option. Would you like to spend more money? Just because they do that, their average order value goes through the roof. Would you like that? Just giving the option. That's my whole point. Not everyone's going to take it. It's not unethical or weird. Everybody does it. I like to lease new cars like every 3 years just to try out a new car. I miss my truck, but I just got this 4Runner because I got 3 daughters and they have friends. It's a little bit easier to drive around instead of in a truck. And even when you're buying or leasing a car, they say, would you like additional add-ons and features? I'm like, yeah, I want you to put some black rims on that thing. Could you tint out my windows real hard? You know, it's just the option. Would you also like this? This is a true sales principle in general. We all know this in this space, right? That the best time to pitch somebody something is the moment they've just bought something else. The moment somebody signifies, I have an open wallet, that is the best time to say, well, would you like to biggie size that? Well, would you like another one of my lotions, potions, powders, or creams or whatever? Would you like another one of the e-com things that you just bought? Sounds silly, but it's true. I mean, we do that even in this t-shirt funnel. We say, hey, would you like one of these shirts? And then the little bump that we have says, do you want the hat? And then on the next page, it's like, you just got a Capital's Pig shirt. Would you also like to get, we have a cool Capital's Pig hoodie? Would you also like to get? Now, where people mess this up is people will be like, I got to get rid of my entire e-com store. I got to get rid of my entire Shopify store for this strategy. No. Let me tell you this. This is on Shopify's own blog. If you go look at Shopify's own blog, they say that the best sellers, the people who use Shopify the best, take one of their products that is selling the best and they turn it into a front end funnel. This is really key to understand, guys. This is from Shopify's own blog. Hey, the people that sell the most with Shopify also have a funnel. The people who make the most money from Shopify's own blog are using some kind of front end funnel. So if you have an e-com store, and it doesn't matter what platform it's on, could be Etsy, could be Amazon, could be anything. If you have any kind of like, you have all these different options, right? And people can like build their cart out. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. That's not a funnel, first off. And I'm not saying to get rid of it, but it's a terrible place to send your marketing to. It's really expensive. Did you know that if you have a 3% conversion rate, 3% on like an e-com site, you're killing it. 3% of people who go to your store are buying? That's killing it. Dude, as a funnel builder, that's utter failure. So sending marketing traffic to your e-com site directly is really expensive to convert. And especially if you have razor thin margins and you got like $6 profit per thing or whatever, this is why people in e-com tend to lose their shirt, or rather the stores just never take off. They never go anywhere. What you have to do is you have to sit back and you have to say, okay, out of my e-com store, which product, like what are the top 2 selling products? What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the store up, but I'm not going to spend any ads to that store. I'm not going to spend any ads straight to my e-com site because it's really expensive to convert. 3% conversions, killing it, that sucks. In funnel world, that's not good. That's failure. And then build a front end funnel that just sells that one item and send your marketing dollars to that. I use Go High Level for mine. Okay, Go High Level is an awesome funnel builder, but it's also your CRM. It's also your pipeline. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's an amazing all-in-one platform. This lets you get a list. Whether or not somebody buys, they can still be opting in for something that's free. This lets you control your buyer data better. This lets you have upsells. This lets you have downsells. This lets you have easier and better order bumps. I tried for weeks. 6 months ago, I went and I built out a whole swag store for Capitalism Swag. And I tried to find custom coders to help me build a funnel out of Shopify. I tried all these different apps, tons of different software subscription, little build on things that Shopify had. I could not get Shopify to behave like a funnel because that's not what it's meant for. It's meant to be your e-com site. It's meant to be like a department store. In the funnel world, if you're getting 30% conversions, you're killing it. Does that make sense? It's literally 10 times the amount. And so now I have this vehicle, I have this thing, this front end funnel that I can go drive traffic to and try to get 30% conversions. And I'm getting all this data. Well, now that I have a list and now that I have buyer data and now that I have people who didn't buy, but they're on my list, I now control that traffic. And now in my follow-up emails and in my follow-up sequences, I can actually drive people to my e-com store off the back. Does that make sense? So that's how we set it up. We build a front end funnel around the e-com, and then that's generating the list. That's actually profitable because my order value can go way beyond just buying one product from me. And then once somebody is actually on my list, then in my follow-up sequences, I say, hey, did you know that we have like a whole store? You bought that Capitalist Pig shirt. Do you want more swag? We have other shirts. We have another shirt that says get rich, give back. How cool is that? Go check it out. And so I've already paid to acquire the customer. I've already paid to build the list. I don't need to go do that again. They're on my email list. That's how you kill it in e-com, is still build the swag store store, still build the e-com store, the supplement store, lotion, potion, powder, cream store, still build the equivalent of your virtual department store. That's all something like Shopify is, or Etsy or Amazon. It's a virtual department store, and depending whatever platform you use, there's a lot of traffic on it. You're kind of dumb to not be selling on those things just by virtue of volume. You should have stores on those places. However, if I go give Zuckerberg $1 and 3% buy, and my margins are that big, I mean, the math of it just doesn't work out. Not everything makes you $1 million at the same speed. And so what we do, build that front end funnel, figure out 1 or 2 upsells that really increases the average order value. But that's not the real reason you're doing it. The real reason you're doing it is because I can acquire customers at break even or better. I now have a buyer's list, and the real money comes off the back. I'm going to go pitch people things in my e-com site, my full e-com store, after they've already bought my front end funnel thing. Because in the funnel world, 30% is killing it.
3% death.
I hope that's helpful to you. If you guys want me to draw that out in some detail, I think it'd be fun sometime to do like a full out like masterclass on this channel on like different funnel types. You know, like I really want to go do one on like more on like SaaS, or like if you have a book, here's how to sell a book really, really well, like a book of call funnel. I think it'd be really fun to start actually designing these funnels out in front of you guys so you guys can see them. I love selling stuff on the internet. It's such a fun, it's crazy to not. I mean, the freaking world's almost on it, you know. It's crazy to not use something like Facebook ads, but the strategy matters. The answers aren't in the platform. The answer's in the strategy of using the platform. If you like this, let me know. If you have other questions about e-com, let me know. To that gentleman that was asking more about e-com help, let me know if this helps you as well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Like, subscribe, share it. I want you guys to continue to know this is your channel as much as it is mine. And looking forward to continuing answering your guys' questions. I've been doing this for 11 years now. Blows my mind. Can't believe it's been 11 years. All right, guys. I got a sales meeting I got to get to. Bye.